All right, this is Michael Q. Sword. This is my very first podcast. I am joined here today with my good old friend Gabriel Martinez, aka E-Bag, all the way from California. Come out for his birthday. We're gonna, hang out for a little bit. He was kind enough to do some drum tracks for me to do my intro music, and so we're just hanging out for right now. And just I wanted to do the very first one. The whole thing is this whole. Thing about the podcast is, this is real people. This is a real good friend from way back. We've done tons of shows together, worked together, in business and whatnot. And so here we go. This is the first one. I'm Martha's Little Maniac. This is in honor of my late mother. And how you doing, Gabe?
I'm doing good, man.
Yeah.
Good to be here, man.
Yeah, this is fucking awesome. So you come out from Cal. You live in California now, right?
Right.
Yeah. What area are you in?
I'm in Orange County, Westminster.
Oh, okay, cool. So give us a little, so what about your personal background? How long have you been out there now?
I've been out there since 2017, probably going on what?
Going on 4
or 5 years.
4 or 5 years? Yeah. I think that sounds, yeah, okay. Yeah.
I'm not good at math. I wasn't.
Well, dude, I thought it was way less than that, I keep thinking you just got out there, you know what I mean?
Yeah, 4 years actually, all right.
So you were born and raised here in Pueblo?
I was born in I was born in East Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
And then I lived in Fullerton until I was about 5-6 years old.
Oh, okay.
Then my parents moved us out here. And
Oh, okay.
So I pretty much lived most of my life out here.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I see. I forget all these things. It's we're both old, dude.
Yeah.
Start losing details faster than anything. So your background, man. So let's say you were out there till 5 or 6 years old, and you lived mostly here. And we met roughly in the early '90s, I guess. And I started playing shows, and you guys were starting to play shows and all that. Were you? I mean, my first one was the Dirt Gig. That was kind of a local legendary show because we had my backyard turned into powder. Just powder, everybody moshing, and I had police there. You know what I mean? And were you at the Dirt Gig?
I'm not sure. I don't think I was, but I hear about the Dirt Gig all the time. And
yeah, it was like Elbow Smash and Crucified Youth and my first horrible band. You know what I mean?
Was it the one on Ormond or
yeah.
something? Yeah. I heard. I've been to a couple gigs there, but I don't know if I wasn't to the first one that everyone talks about. I think I missed that one.
Yeah, it was Joker and Phil Martinez had put us up to it, and thankfully, got me my start, in playing live. And, talk about shit in your pants at 15 years old.
Right.
There's all these punk rockers, hanging out and you're like, shit, all right. And I played terrible. Shout out to my buddy Marco Diaz. He's our first singer. You know what I mean? I was 15 years old or something like that. And then I started getting in the mix, and I met all you guys. And then it started going, who was your first band around those times?
My first band, locally, or
yeah.
The first band that I grew up with was Grimace Abortion.
Oh,
actually, Pure Filth. But right about when I got into the scene, Pure Filth was probably about their last show out the door, and then Grimace Abortion took over, and
that was the times of Drawd.
And Drawd, yeah. Grimace Abortion and Drawd, I seen them play together a lot.
Yeah, that shit was sick, dude.
Yeah.
That was sick.
That was the days, man.
Jabberjaw
came from that.
Yeah,
Catharsis.
And, Opposite the Green. Yeah. Shit was lit back then. I mean, it was Alchemy. I remember my friends were playing. We played at their backyard too.
Well, I remember I think I remember you mostly from Belphegor.
Yeah, Belphegor was.
That was the first that I really started.
Yeah.
Being in contact with you a lot.
Yeah. See, and that was I guess our first terrible band in the Dirt Gig was. I don't remember if we went as Rage Reaction or Chaotic Contentions. But then I met Joe Vigil. He was playing in PID at that time. He had also played. I think that was their first show as well, with Rich Alvarado and Sean Brown, and I can't remember the other cat's name, but PID, and then Joe left his drums there, and we're both into Slayer, so we started Belphegor out of that, and then we started mixing it up with you guys. That's when we started doing things,
Right.
And wasn't that cool? There were all the blend shows, metal.
Oh yeah, it was awesome, man. I mean, it was a unity here that and it was cool because I remember there was even ska bands playing with death metal bands, with punk bands, and
yeah,
it was a good time. And a lot of times people there openly. A lot of times we didn't openly like each other's music, but
Right.
we loved each other as friends, and
Yeah.
we were there for the hangout,
Yeah.
for the party
The
and
party
stuff,
and the support,
and
man.
the moshing. We even moshed the bands we didn't like just because they were our friends playing them.
Yeah, right. You know what I mean? It was pretty tight knit community. You know, early '90s up in, I want to say about '98 or something. It kind of falls off, but that's how the scene is here. It seems like we have that 2 year loop. You know what I mean? We have a shitload of bands for a while, then it just kind of dives off, and there's like five survivors and stragglers. Everybody splinters off, and that weeds out. I think the ones that are not really into it. They want to pick up chicks or something. And
Yeah.
So they get their chicks and knock them up, and then you never see them play again. So tell me about the scene in Cali, man. How is that different from here?
Well, for one, through the main thing right now, through all the COVID, there's still a scene. Been shows every weekend since March. I think we shut down maybe 2 weeks.
Damn, dude, that's rad.
And the local shows have kind of turned into, like before that they were not much different than here, hit and miss. Some were good, like some were crowded.
Yeah.
Some you had like 10, 15 people.
Yeah.
It was the place I go to is very equivalent to Bill's Radiator.
Oh, shit.
It's called the Doll. It's actually the world famous Doll Hut.
The Doll Hut, yeah.
And,
I see you post about that a lot, and I'm jealous, dude.
Yeah.
I'm so fucking jealous.
But like I get, in a way, you would almost think this COVID, since there's nothing else going on, and that's what's happening. It put a little spark to the local shows. Now the local shows ain't so just going out there for something to do now.
Right.
You got some pretty good little pits in that little place
Shit,
that weren't there before COVID.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. That's one thing I miss. I mean, we have the bomb shelter out in the county out here. Mr. Cody Roof does it, and it's awesome. He's got a full PA underneath there, and it's just like, it is like an old bomb shelter. It's like a big cellar, out in the county, so it's like farmland. And you got a ramp going down into it, and he's got lights in there and shit. And it's cool. It's all concrete. It's a little bouncy with the sound. You know what I mean? It gets louder. You know how that shit is, bouncing off the concrete. I'm sure you've practiced in like a concrete room, like just fucking. But it's awesome. You know what I mean? And they'll barbecue and they have beers and stuff, and people donate, and they've had some good stuff, and I'm hoping that they'll once all this normalizes, that we'll have some more stuff there. They had hit me up, and damn it if I don't have nothing going on right now, because I would love to play. I mean, I started some shit 2 weeks ago, and I haven't, it was miscommunication so far. So maybe, I don't know if anything's going to come out of it, but damn, I want to play that. So I'm so jealous of all you guys that are actually still, just even practicing, is a trip. I mean, I got all this shit laid out in here, so yeah, that's one thing, just kind of jerk myself off, I guess.
That's a good thing about, like, our drummer has his own lockout studio. So like, I don't know if the hourly studio shut down or not. I don't know any of that, but
yeah.
He has his own lockout, so it's kind of more private. We can go there whenever we want, and
that's fucking
there ain't
awesome.
nobody gonna tell us we can't.
Yeah, and do you guys have recording gear and stuff to do stuff there too, or?
No, we don't.
Just like a PA and stuff?
Yeah, we just have enough to practice.
Oh, cool.
I don't think any of us really has knowledge to record anyways.
So tell us about, it's currently in Baptized in Sin, is that correct? Is that the only one you have right now?
Yes.
Alright, so that's Baptized in Sin. Check them out. They got an EP out. That's, what he's been doing here. He did bring me one and some stickers. It's sick. I'll post up some pictures and stuff like that. So it's you and who else is in the band?
Right now, I think it's very important I mentioned that Baptized in Sin started right here in Pueblo, Colorado.
Right.
And I want to give kudos to Crystal Lavender. She's the original singer that came up with the name. We were kind of struggling for a name.
Right.
Our first drummer, Pepper, me and him, we kind of clashed on names. We kept throwing names. It's like he kept saying mine were too metal, and his were a little bit kind of on the silly punk side. And we both like metal, we both like punk, but like I think, when it came to naming the band, mine were too metal for him, and his were too punk for me.
Well, you could definitely see the blend especially like in your riffs. Like the videos you show me, like that shit's sick. I love that crossover feel. You know what I mean? The punk and the metal just all smashed together,
Yeah, I like it both. I can't pick a side.
Yeah.
I won't pick a side.
So it was you and Crystal and Pepper and
Jimmy Brzezinski for a while, and then and Billy Spain.
Right.
Oh, this is an interesting story too. At first we were just 4-piece. Billy Spain was on bass.
Oh, yeah.
And then at the time I was in 2 bands, 151.
Yeah.
And my bass player, Jimmy Brzezinski from 151, came to watch us practice. We came to watch Baptized in Sin practice.
Right.
And he said, hey, can I bring my bass and just screw around with you guys in between when you're on break? And yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So
cool.
we started screwing around Jimmy on bass, and then I told Billy, hey Billy, a lot of times a bass player can kind of mess around on the guitar a little. It's like you want to try jamming the guitar while Jimmy messes around on bass. And Billy picked up the guitar and started shredding wicked leads, and we fired him on the spot from bass.
Yeah, that surprised the shit out of me too. I was like, because that dude just comes out and he's just like looking around, dude, and just kind of menacing, big old dude, and then just like, bro, wow.
We immediately brought Jimmy in on bass.
Yeah.
And we switched Billy from bass to lead guitar. And what's funny is, for I don't know how many months, Billy heard us talking about, oh, that'd be cool if we had a good lead guitar player. Yeah. And he just never spoke up. He was a quiet kind.
Yeah, man, he was just there and just come shred, take off. Laters, man. You see him, I'd be like, well, there you go, he's gone. You know what I mean? He'd come, do the job, get the fuck out. That's it. So, all business, man. So, that's cool, man. So, that was the original lineup. And who you got now? Who's carrying on with the Baptized and Sin out on the west?
Right now, it's still me on rhythm guitar. Do most of the songwriting. We're trying to we're breaking right now. Our other guys got some songs that they're gonna unveil soon too. But
cool.
Right now, I got to kind of play to my capabilities, build up to their level.
Yeah.
But, and then our lead guitar right now, his name's Finn Holland.
Okay.
Our bass is Logan May.
Mm-hmm.
The drummer is Troy Gobble.
Okay.
And we just found a singer. He's not on the new EP because we didn't have a singer at the time we recorded it. But since then, we found a singer named Connor Gill.
Cool. That's cool, man. So, what are some of the influences that you all bring to the table? Like just random couple of names. I know you made a meme about it. And there's kind of stuff. Is it kind of all over the place? It seems like it.
I think the music generally stays in a certain area, but everyone kind of, I think from their own hearts, we all have our own influences, but what we're doing in this, it kind of funnels to what we're doing, and it works.
Okay.
Like a couple off the top, probably like Nuclear Assault, Cryptic Slaughter, Bane, Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah.
Coheed and Cambria.
And I know that's not your issue.
Yeah. There's a lot of these ain't mine, but it's you got to be fair and throw everybody.
Yeah, the Cryptic Slaughter. Yeah, I don't know where whose influence that is, but so that's cool. I mean, I could see that would be like a good blend and bring a lot more variety to songwriting, etc. Because you're bouncing off all these different kind of shit off each other, and then then it's your own. That makes for possibly a really unique kind of gel. You know what I mean? I guess you would say. So that's cool. What else are you guys doing shows? Since shit's going on, or are you trying?
Right now, as soon as our singer's ready, we're going to be doing shows.
That's right.
I'll probably have to take over on bass because our bass player has some situations with his wife where he needs to kind of tend to her, so we're gonna probably do a couple rinky-dinky shows. We're not gonna do any big milestones without him or anything. But
of course, family first, man. Yeah,
exactly.
that's most important. You know what I mean? Especially, I'm excited to go see your family today.
Oh,
I always appreciate Gabe always invites me to his birthday parties, and it's like a Mexican food buffet, and I get so fat.
Got to take care of the Capricorn.
Yeah, Capricorn, man. That's what's up. So yeah, and a happy belated birthday, by the way, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, mine was almost the first of the year, the second, and I got drunk. Now I'm sober, and you're mostly sober, right?
Mostly, yeah. Well, I haven't been drunk for about 20 years, but I've picked up a few beers here and there. I've learned how to just enjoy a few.
Yeah.
I've caught buzz at the most.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good, man. You know what I mean? I'm 11 days, I think. What is today? Yeah, I'm 12 days sober, I think. Just straight sober. I haven't done shit for a while. And You know, to me, it's like the thing too. It's like I know my limits now, and I think I could probably just like have a beer. But I'm just like, for now, like drying out was good. Just I'm old. I'm getting fucking old, dude. Like my health sucks. You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, that's enough. Like 30 years of fucking pouring beer down my face. So I admire, because I remember partying hard with you, like back in your garage or some shit, like in the 90s, dude. We went over there and bashed fucking hard. I remember not remembering leaving there. I remember showing up there and I was like, oh yeah, you're the Gabe dude. And we made introductions and we had a good time. I remember that, but like I don't remember shit else, dude.
I'm right with you. I'm right with there with you.
Yeah, you had the fucking Liberty spikes and shit, dude, yeah.
And you had the introduction.
Yeah.
My name's Mike Sword as in
Fuck, yeah, dude, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Well, I would like to throw one more name out there before we go too far too. One of my former drummers from the first line up here in Colorado was Chuck Rodriguez. And the reason that he's important to bring up is he wrote one of the songs on the new EP.
Oh, okay,
I would love to get it out there that song pretty much from his brain.
Definitely, dude.
Musically, I wrote the lyrics and like a midsection, but he wrote the main idea of the song, and he was awesome enough to tell me, oh, you keep it.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome, man. Like, because Chuck was in Eradication, my like third band. Right. Chuck was our singer, you know what I mean? I've known that guy forever, just like you know what I mean? He was our singer, and then he's responsible. I mean, he left the band. He's responsible for me singing and playing. Fucking Chuck. So we had Rock on the Bricks, you know what I mean? There was like tentatively 1,000 people at that shit. And he's like, a week before, I don't want to do it. I was like, can't you just play, man? Come on, this is a big old. And I'm like, shit, you know. But it was good, you know. In the end, I wasn't sore at him. I just, you know, it was kind of good for me because I learned how to sing and play. Sing and growl, you know. I don't sing, so I kind of did on one thing, but. Yeah, let's talk about a process, bro. I don't know if you've ever tried it, like a bunch.
It took us, in this round in California, we finally found a singer after probably about 2.5 years of a search.
Yeah.
Within that search, I tried a couple times. I just don't have what it takes. I don't have what it takes to play and sing at the same time.
It's a real bitch, man. And like, and learning how to growl, too, I didn't know. So I was doing it all out of my throat, you know what I mean? Because I didn't know shit about it. I was like, fuck, I have a week. So we were playing with, that's when we had Sean Russell in the band. Catharsis and Jabberjaw, all that shit.
Grimace Abortion.
Pure Filth.
He was a major starter of this whole